Hey guys, layout update time. Hey, you know what I finally got around to doing? I finally got around to installing my third tortoise, or at least I'm in the process of doing that. So, just to give you a little bit of an overview over here, right down here where the main line and the yard lead come across the bridge here, which is currently swung up, and then back around this way, oops, bumping into things, and they join up over here to this turnout, which you can see is in a corner at the moment. And because it's right at the joint right here, it was really tough to try to get a tortoise in there. And so my thinking was I was going to use one of these surface mounted, old Atlas deals, and that never really worked out. This thing is just finicky and whatever. And so I got a tortoise, and I'm going to install the tortoise over here. But what I was thinking before, and I've mentioned this in a few videos, was to take this turnout and move it down over here. So that way it would be out of the way. It wouldn't be in the joints right over here like that, because this piece is joined to that piece. But I'll give you kind of a grander view right here. Let me step back a little bit. So this piece back here is not flush right here all the way. So you can kind of see it in the foam right here. You can see that it cuts right here and then goes down there. So this little piece back there, right over here, is part of this. It was just a weird way that I had it, because initially my sort of little rundown here was just a short piece. It was this big right here, and the backboard was right there and ran along that. But I ended up replacing this whole little section, and I made it 12 inches long. And so I kind of had to finagle in a little L-shaped slider in there. Anyway, make a long story short, what that's allowing me to do though is keep this turnout right here, and we'll go underneath there and take a look and install my tortoise. But I want to show you what's going to happen here. So I did a little finagling. I cut the piece of wood that would normally sit right there underneath here, and that freed up the space for the tortoise to kind of sit right there and operate this turnout where it is. So let me show you what I did over here. Now it's going to be a little bit dark. I'll try to lighten it up a little bit here. All right, there we go. So I got the flashlight over here. So as you can see, this is the corner of it, and you can see, trying to get this so you can focus in. There we go. It kind of goes all the way down. There is a second piece right here. This piece that goes down there, and it was this piece that ran across here. So what I managed to do, put a couple of screws into what would be the fascia right here from the back side, cut that right there, and because this has got support running through there, this is still pretty steady right over here. So I just kind of cleared this out, and that is right below the turnout, and that's where the tortoise is going to go, right about there. So next step is to just sort of measure out the where the turnout is, which is right about there or something, and drill a hole up through here nice and big, so I can mount the turnout, or mount the tortoise, and the little wire will go up in there and switch it as is. So I'm gonna get to doing that, and then we'll take a look at it once it's done. All right, so I have been spent about the last hour or so wiring, soldering, getting everything set over here. I've got everything done except for just mounting this sucker in place, but I did size it up over there, and I had to wire, I'm swinging around a lot over here, the wire from my power supply, which is down underneath here, that runs and powers the two turnouts that are back there, the initial two. All right, now you can see I've got this one just sitting right here, and I got my switch jury-rigged right here. But if we switch it, yay, okay, we've got that set up now. Last thing I got to do is just stick this thing underneath there And like I said, I got it placed up. I got a hole drilled down through the, underside there, which was pretty easy because I'm only using 1/4 inch plywood on top of here, and then it's just foam. So it's just a quick little pop through here, and then scrape some of the foam out, and we're good to go. Okay, so let me mount that in there, get rid of this little thingy, and we should be good to go. All right, whew, that was a lot. I did a whole ton of stuff here, and we're going to see the first inaugural train as I switch the turnout back there, and it should be going to the left-hand side down the lead for the yard. Look at that. I love it. And I just ran it over there and ran it up to the main line, and it all works. Holy smokes. We got our local coming back in here. Yeah, that was a lot of work, I know. It's like some people, whatever, all that stuff comes easy, but at least I figured out how to, let's quiet this guy down. I figured out how to wire up the tortoises. That was a big deal, and I'm kind of happy that I figured out how to kind of finagle it in there, which is what I had to do there just because it was on the, right there on the seam. And but I got it in there with a couple of screws, and it works fine. Perfect. And then you can see right here, there's my switch. I know that looks a little bit dark right there, but there it is. Ooh, you can hear it running right there. And I had to kind of put a little piece of masonite right there for the backing right there. Trust me, it'll take me probably another 4 years or something before I paint that black. All right, guys. Whew, a little bit of an update here. At least I got some stuff done. Hey, while I'm at it here, I almost forgot. One of the other things I was doing, since this is turning into like a little layout update, was I pulled out one of my handy dandy little stencils right here, and I started kind of going to start stenciling things up. And the first thing I did was these two switches right here, which are the power switches for my 2 tracks over there. Now, some people might say, well, why do you got the power switches? Why do you got to do that? Well, because, it's DCC, and even with that, the locomotives make noise and stuff like that. And so sometimes I don't want to have to go find the locomotive and put it into silent mode. I have it set up. I have all my locomotives set up so they don't automatically start when the track power comes on, but they still make noise. Sometimes they have those, stuff, wrenches dropping and hissing and all kinds of stuff like that. And sometimes I don't want all that noise. So I can just power these tracks 1 and 2 off. Now, the only thing is I got to kind of remember this one's 1 and that one's 2. But maybe I'll put a little marker over there or something like that. But hey, I always got these confused. And now, thanks to a little stencil and a little bit, I tried spray painting at first, but that didn't work out. I got it all over the place. And then I saw, I think it was Burr Stewart there, over up north of me, there in the wetland. He was using a little kind of like crayon, artist pencil like that. I just happen to have one, so that's what I did. Perfect, works awesome. Anyway, all right, this is getting long. I'm gonna go sit down and take a breather over here. It's sunny outside. I had to close my garage because it's like 85 degrees outside. I know, December 16th, boo-hoo, poor Rick had to close his garage because it's 85. I know, all right. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go take Ben for a walk and try to stay cool there, everybody. Till next time, take care.